Hello everyone, in this video we are going to go through introduction of JavaScript. JavaScript is the world's most popular programming language. JavaScript is the programming language of the web page. And before we get into the theories about JavaScript, first let me show you what JavaScript can do. JavaScript can change HTML content. As I click this button, the content is changed. JavaScript can change HTML attribute values. In this case, JavaScript changes the value for the source attribute of an image below. As I click this button, the image changes. JavaScript can change the style of an HTML element. As I click this button, JavaScript changed the size of this element, text. And then JavaScript can hide HTML elements. The element is hidden. Moreover, Java can also show hidden elements. We don't have any element right here. As I click this button, Hello JavaScript appears. Now JavaScript is easy to learn. Now for all of this JavaScript series, I'm gonna use VSCODE as my code editor, and if you need to learn more about Visual Studio Code, you can watch my VS based videos and find the links in the description below. And this is what I have right now, a very basic HTML document. Let me show you what we have inside this document. I'm also gonna add in here a paragraph tag. Type in here codeStraight. I'm also gonna give it some style. By the way, if you need to learn more about the styling, you can watch my CSS based videos and find the links in the description below. I'm gonna text align it to the center, as well as let's see what we have now. Alright, that's perfect. And I'm gonna increase the size of our font by 30 pixels. It's safe. Alright, that looks perfect now. Now let's keep both of them side by side. And I'm also using Chrome as my web browser. Now let's get back to the business. JavaScript code is inserted between script tags that you can add before ending body tag, and within a script tag you can type your JavaScript, as well as you can also type JavaScript within head tag, and you can type in here your JavaScript. And the most productive way is come in here into your source folder and make a file. You can name it as you like, but I'm gonna say it main.js, and this is the file which is preferred by most of the web developers. And here you can type your JavaScript. Let's come back to index.html, and to include this main.js inside index.html, let me get rid of it for now, and I'm gonna come in here and type in here script tag, and come in here and type source attribute, and here I'm gonna give a reference of our main.js, and I'm gonna copy the relative path of our main.js and paste it in here. Hit save, and let's check that out. Now I'm gonna type in here our first JavaScript code, say alert, and I'm gonna type in here hello world. Hit save, and you see this window pop up says hello world. Alright, so this way you can include your main.js in your index.html. Now as far as JavaScript output is concerned, you can display data in different ways. Say, let me show you. First of all, let's get back to index.html. Now I'm gonna type in here, let's clean it a bit, and after our let's make it h1. Hit save, and let's come in here and type in a paragraph tag. By the way, if you need to learn more about HTML, you can watch my HTML based videos and find the links in the description below. Now I don't type here in our paragraph tag, I don't type anything inside our paragraph tag. Just I'm gonna give it an ID of, say, text1, and you can give a reference of your IDs in JavaScript code. I'm gonna type in here document dot get element by ID, and ID is txt1. And don't get confused, we will discuss all of these stuff in a little bit. And then I'm gonna say dot inner HTML, and this is the first way that we are discussing. You can show or display your JavaScript, and this is gonna be equals 5 plus 10. Hit save. Now you see, as I hit save, now let me zoom it, or browser. Alright, now as I hit saved, you see this 15 here, and this number was inserted by our JavaScript code, this line of code. And this is one way to display your JavaScript, and the other way that we will be working most of the time is just right click here and hit inspect to open your Chrome DevTools, and here we have got this tool window. And if you need to learn more about Chrome DevTools, you can watch my Chrome DevTools based videos and find the links in the description below. And then click on this console tab, and here I'm gonna say, type in here console. You can type from your JavaScript in this console window, and this is very useful for debugging your code, and we'll discuss debugging in a later videos. .log parenthesis, and I'm gonna say here hello world. Hit save, and see, it appears. Let me zoom my console a bit. That looks perfect now. JavaScript statements are composed of values, operators, expressions, keywords, and comments. I'm not gonna go very much into theories, and we will keep discussing all of these theories practically. You can comment out any line of code just by hitting Control or Command /, or you can uncomment this window if you are using VSCODE with Control or Command / again. And if you want to comment out multi lines of code, you can select your lines and press Control or Command /, and that will comment out your lines of code. JavaScript is case sensitive, and let me show you. Now I'm gonna introduce our first variable, const. Now I'm gonna say last name equals Brad, and const last. Now here I'm gonna use capital N, and it would be, and I'm gonna surround it within quotes, and this Brad as well. Hit save. Now if I console log, our last name with small n, hit save. Let me increase the size of our console. It displays Brad, and if I type in here capital N and hit save, it gives us Pit. Alright guys, that ends the video here. Thank you for watching and see you next time.